Radal. We back, man. Well, I'm back. Big salute to Dusty Wallace. He'll be back in the building real soon. But gather around. Let's get into some things that have been going on in the scene. And make sure that everything's hooked up nicely. Got a few announcements to make, as well as, the phone lines are open. So I would love to get y'all opinions on some of these topics that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Let me go on Instagram Live also for a quick second. Let the people them know that we're on live. Ooh. I see a nice little post here from Dr.Bushman of the freestyle that he did. I also got to upload my story post. So let's go on Instagram Live for a quick second. And let's dictate and talk about what going on in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Big salute to A-Fecta in the chat. Phone numbers on the screen. Big salute to everybody on Instagram as well. Bow, 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 bow. We back at it. Phone numbers on the screen right now. 563-999-3479. Big salute to A-Fecta. That's a member right there. And make sure as you are popping up on our YouTube Live to hit that like button. Likes are free. You know what I mean? Big salute to the Royal Media, a.k.a. Manny. The whole What It Is squad. Man, like Dracy. New episode is dropping tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Two Toes says, you're a broke kid. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We got rich people on Instagram, so, but we doing it. Look, if you can see the cover of the thumbnail right there, you know what I'm saying? A stitch got a snitch, or a snitch got a stitch. You know what I'm saying? Make sure all my spelling is correct. Obviously, we're going to talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Billy Burns, what up? We're on YouTube Live. Man like Robbie Khan, what up? No, man. Nigga said, Drake unfollowed me. That's cap. But yeah, man, let's get into it. All the people on Instagram, pull up. Let's get it popping. YouTube.com/WeLoveHipHop. Let's go. Let me check a couple things here. Let's see what's going on in the universe. And big salute to everybody in the comments as y'all are popping in. Comment gang wrong. Let me see what's going on here. The man said, Drake don't follow you guys. He unfollowed you. That's cap, because I was just about to make a comment on his last post. And if that was the case, then I wouldn't be able to comment. So how about that? Anyhow, let's get into some things here. You know what I'm saying? E-Mick, what up? You know what I'm saying? Comment gang strong. Like I said, the phone lines are open. I want to pull up a couple of things that are going on in the Canadian scene, as well as what's going on in the American scene. You know what I'm saying? There's some freestyles. A few different things have popped off on the scene since the last time we were live. One of the things I also want to announce quickly also is that we're going to be going live more often. Okay? I made a decision not too long ago that I'm going to start going live on a more daily basis. Probably maybe every day if we can, you know what I'm saying? But not for like long spaces of time. Not like marathon 2-3 hour lives, but like whatever that's happening in the news, just to give quick updates. You know what I'm saying? Catch the update as it goes down, like as the news pops off, and just do a quick live and then get off of there. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a couple of looks at what's going on in the scene over here, though. I want to take a look at that Tekashi 6ix9ine video. And by the way, salute to the homie. He gave me some shrooms right now. They got me waiting. And salute to our sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com. Or you could check them out on their Instagram, the real Instagram, astro_pink. Also, BG Gill wants to know if there's any Pressa news. We'll see if we can get to some Pressa news also. I'm gonna be I'll give you some updates on what I know about Wagwan with Pressa. Also, salute to Diamond Club. You know what I'm saying? Diamond Club, they got some special products. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all the where you can find them on Instagram so you can get your orders. But those guys right there, Diamond Club, holy, some of the best product in the city. I'll tell you that for sure. Diamond Club _905. Okay, there's a few of them that you can follow. Diamond Club _905. There's a link in the bio for them. They got edibles, they got flour. Oh, bro, only quads as I've been smoking. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if y'all want to try some other levels of stuff, then go ahead. You know what I mean? But check them out on their Instagram, Diamond _905. Okay, that's the official sponsors also of the We Love Hip Hop Network. Let's get to some news here, man. Let's get to some news. So Tekashi 6ix9ine, I feel like I'm a little bit late on this. But better late than never. Let's see here. I'm pulling up some stuff from via Academics' Instagram page. Obviously, Academics is going to be keeping people up to date on what's going on with this, like, in real time. That's his homie, you know what I'm saying? I know when the shit first popped off, he was kind of reluctant to, like, be like, yo, listen, bruh, this is what you get. But I also want to say, I've been on record saying that snitches don't get stitches. Okay, that's a myth. You know what I'm saying? When people are always talking about, oh, yo, watch out, you snitches get stitches. Yeah, I haven't really seen it happen publicly. I haven't seen it happen yet. You know what I'm saying? This guy Tekashi's been running around, doing what he wants, saying what he wants, pulling up in people's hoods, disrespecting people, and nobody's done nothing. Obviously, he's always had a bunch of security with him. But there was other times where he didn't have mad security and nobody did nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? What do we got here from Academics' page? It says here, Tekashi 6ix9ine locked away in room for safety after gym sauna beatdown. Really? Really? Let's see here. So Tekashi 6ix9ine might have faced an even more brutal beatdown if it weren't for a quick thinking of the gym staff that rushed to get him to safety after he was ambushed in a sauna. It's a bummer for 6ix9ine, especially since our sources say he'd actually frequent this gym quite a bit in the past without any issues. We're told he's normally in there for about 20 minutes and sticks to the Stairmaster, minding his, obviously probably says business. Sources tell us that if Tekashi 6ix9ine is ever approached or recognized, most of the infractions are peaceful, and he's usually accommodating. He's usually accommodating and willing to pose with fans. Of course, he clearly got enemies out there, no doubt, still lingering from the infamous Rico case. Obviously. So there's a video of the two gentlemen, you know, walking or like at the place. They're at the door. One man's on the phone. He's calling his brethren like, yo, I guess he's saying on the phone. Well, I could pull it up, obviously. Telling the man's like, yo, he's in here. He's in here. Let's get him. What's this? Are they making... Oh, nah. Got tutorials on how to not get hopped in the gym? Whoa. What's this?
Green Town, I want to be famous too. I want to be famous too.
Detroit was all training. This is what you do when you want to survive. When you are at LA Fitness or any other place, and you're 6'9", or you're 69 years old, or if you're born in 1969 like me, this is how you survive. Number one, first one touches you, pulls you, they're gonna get dropped. So as he grabs, turn, he stomps, you hook, and you stomp him out repeatedly until he's broken. Next one comes up, same thing, block, trap, stomp, hooking his leg. He's tells not.
Hold on, man, them are doing this in a beatdown? Can I ask y'all a question in the comments? Comment gang strong. Have any of y'all ever experienced a beatdown? Okay? A beatdown is like not just one person beating the shit out of you and, you know, they got the better of you. I'm talking about two or more people getting the better of you and just stomps. Hold that. Stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Them ones there. Let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up if yes, no if no.
Options will increase your survivability.
Come on, clown. That's how they gonna do it.
Let's see if we can find the oh, and we're gonna get into the Taxstone stuff as well. This is the video of the gentleman when so this is the video of the gentleman when they I guess got the jump. Oh shit, he's in there. See this lady right here at the counter? How is it that she just let homie just walk right past? Did she say something to him? Was she like, no, you can't go there? Or was she just like, whatever? Because then if that's the case, she might be in on it too. In slow motion. Watch Shorty right here. What y'all think, man? Was it all fair? Did Tekashi get what he deserved? I heard a few people saying, yo, they did him rough. Yo, why they got to do him that rough, though? I think he got off light. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, in the altercation, he had said something about the Latin Kings. He threw up a gang sign. I'm not going to show the beatdown. Because maybe I might have to show a little bit because this is a reaction. But it's way past the community guidelines. You know what I'm saying? Here's Shorty in gym.
Saw 6x9 in right before he got jumped.
Guys, it's 6'9".
Watch the man here. The guy has a full Montclair on with
What's he doing?
with shorts. This nigga's a weirdo. I ain't mad at the full Montclair though. Like you gotta, you know, when you're in the gym, you know, when I remember when I was on my weight loss journey, I was like wearing like, especially when I was inside, I was wearing garbage bags, fam. You gotta do it. You gotta sweat it out. You know, he just decided to do it in the Moncleasy. You should have had the burner in there though.
In here.
Saw 6x9 in right before he got jumped.
So yeah, 6'9". I don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know. Like I know that one of the guys apparently charges were pressed on him. Was any of the guys arrested from that? Let's take a look here. 6'9", aka Snitch 9. Are people even mad about him snitching anymore? Do people even care about that part? Or is like that's something in the past? Let's see here. There's an article from Daily Mail Online. It says 6'9" refuses to hire more security and will continue to go out alone despite being beaten to a pulp in the men's locker room in a shock ambush. Let's see. They got a little article in here. Let's see here. Tekashi 69, real name Daniel Hernandez, has said he's been planning to on continuing to go out alone as he refuses to let one incident change the way he lives. A source told the publication he's actually been going out to, in public without his hired music muscle because pretty regularly over the last year without issue. Right? That's what they were saying in the other thing here. Watch the man here. Jesus Christ. We're told he's not about to let one incident change the way he lives. He wants to continue to live his normal as life as possible, and he's chalking the gym beat down as an outlier. Okay. I'm glad he's got a good attitude about it. So I guess the man's saying this is not going to be a regular thing. Like, stop. They caught him one time. They ain't going to catch him again. Whoa. Guidelines. Jesus Christ. They bludgeoned this dude. Part of my school of thought was this really worth it? Like, yes, you caught 6ix9ine. Oh, yo, I got the snitch. We got him. But who are you getting him for? Like, was this a beatdown for the culture? Like, and if this is a beatdown for the culture, where do you go collect a reward? You know what I'm saying? Affected says, got his ass handed to me to go to bus leaving Union. They had to turn back the station and drop me off. All over me having no headphones and rubbing and rubber band business too loud. Really? That's crazy. Man's washed you in the go bus. That's crazy. That's risky shit too, man. Like, these guys are risking their freedom to beat down 6ix9ine. It's one thing to beat him down and yo, sorry to hear that happen to you, Affected. That's messed up, bro. These guys not only are beating down 6ix9ine, and if they were doing it in private and they're just like, yo, we're just trying to handle our business, that's one thing. But them put it up online. So right there, they're like, I don't care about my freedom. Right? So do we rate it? You know what I'm saying? Did he take one for the culture? Because to be honest, like, yes, it's funny. It's good entertainment. We got content to be able to make. But it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't like, okay, now we feel closure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In fact, I said he wanted it there rather than they follow. Listen, fam. When it comes to like beatdown situations and stuff like that, and I can't say I've been in a beatdown personally. I've been on the other side, like maybe giving a beatdown, and I'm not proud of that. But in those circumstances, I think it's better to stay in a public place. Because at least when people are seeing it, they'll be like, yo, stop. Or somebody will call the boy them, and the beatdown won't continue until you die. Because a beatdown could end up terminating your life. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say hold your head because, like, whatever. Like, I guess it was long overdue. But it is what it is, man. Anyway, speaking of somebody who did not snitch, apparently Taxstone has been found guilty on his charges. I'm going to pull up some articles here. And I didn't forget about any Pressa updates. I didn't forget about that. I got y'all. Make sure to hit the like button for anybody who's pulling up on this live right now. You know what I'm saying? Taxstone case. Sentenced. So this is coming in 13 hours ago from ABC News, and I'll pull this up on the screen for y'all to see. Also, I'll remind you all that the phone lines are open if you would like to contribute to some of the conversation tonight. You know what I'm saying? We welcome anybody to join the convo. Let us know what you think on any of these topics that I'm throwing down here today. Let me make sure the screen's in front of me so I can see when the calls are coming in, or if any calls come in. All right, phone number's on the screen: 563-999-3479. And if y'all got any topic that you want me to address, let me know. Let me know. All right. Let's see here. Let me see what I'm going with Taxstone. Salute to Taxstone. Taxstone is like one of the original, if not the original, hip-hop, not hip-hop, but real nigga podcast, like street nigga podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like the first place where jail niggas, like, it wasn't formulated podcast talk like how it was back early in those early 2016 times and stuff like that, when, you know, a lot of people were starting to get into the hip hop side of podcasting. Don't get me wrong. Podcasting is an old medium. However, as far as the hip hop side of things, 2016, I would say, you know, shows like The Brilliant Idiots. There was obviously the first hip hop podcast, which is the Juan Epstein podcast. All right. That's Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. Okay. I know my history. I used to actually listen to that show, and none of these shows had videos. Okay. All of these shows were audio podcast where, people were just listening to Wagwan, you know what I'm saying? And catching, you know, interviews and just different conversations about the culture and stuff like that. You know, sometimes between people that are known in the culture or people who are just coming up and just, you know, Joe Rogan and his podcast started from 2012. But when Taxstone came in on the Loudspeaker Network, you know what I mean? RIP to Combat Jack. He really started making like street niggas recognize, oh, what the hell is a podcast? Right? And, you know, we came in not too long after in 2017, the We Love Hip Hop podcast. And in Toronto, a lot of people didn't know what the hell a podcast was when we first started doing our shit. So salute to Taxstone. Now, I got the article here, courtesy of ABC News. It says Taxstone convicted, rapper Taxstone. Why do you call him a rapper? Rapper Taxstone convicted of shooting bodyguard during concert. Daryl Campbell, better known as rapper and hip-hop podcaster Taxstone, was convicted Thursday in New York City on manslaughter in connection with the 2016 shooting of a bodyguard during a concert at Irving Plaza. A jury in Manhattan found Taxstone guilty of the shooting and killing of Ronald McFadder and seriously injuring 3 others. He will be sentenced next month for what District Attorneys Alvin Bragg called a tragic and deadly confrontation in a packed New York City music venue. The shooting stemmed from a longtime feud Taxstone had with Roland Collins, known as rapper Troy Ave, who testified against him. Prosecutor said McFadden was Troy Ave's bodyguard. Okay. So this is the case that Troy Ave, he was like, it was him. And Taxstone has been convicted. All right, he's been convicted of killing a banger and hitting 3 other people in the club. He's been gone since 2016. What are we, 2023 now? So 7 years. I don't know what kind of sentence they're going to give him. They might give him life. A man's life has been lost. RIP banger. You know what I'm saying? Taxstone might be looking at 25 years. That's crazy. Let me know what y'all think about that, man, because, like, Taxstone was a guy out here, bro. He had the interview, one of the most legendary interviews. At first, he had beef with Meek Mill. Okay, if y'all remember that. If y'all can go far back into to podcast history like that. He had beef with Meek Mill, and him and Meek were going back and forth online. And then they had the legendary Maybach interview where he interviewed Meek in the Maybach. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that like the things come full circle where this guy who really pioneered some shit has to go and sit and do time. But one thing I will say about this case here, when it comes to this Taxstone incident, it has taught us a lot of what not to do as podcasters. Okay? Straight up. A lot of, and not everybody learned from there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people went on and made a bunch of mistakes afterwards and got into incidents on camera or off camera. However, me, myself, I'll tell you this. As a rapper, I was confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want it, anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm battling niggas. I'm talking slick. Right? And I'm like, yo, if anybody got a problem with it, it's on site. However, that has a shelf life. Okay? And there's only so many beef you can have in rap. Like you're not gonna beef with every rapper. Right? So, or just every person. But as a podcaster, you have to also learn how to like give your opinions without being, what's the word I could use? Without being a dick, without being harsh, without insulting people. So I can tell you that I don't like your new music, but I don't have to be like, yo, this is garbage. Yo, why are you even making music, fam? Like, yo, these pussy rappers, bro. Like, this is the way that Tax was talking about guys when he was on the podcast. He's like, them niggas suck my dick, son. The niggas pussy. Niggas pussy, son. All these rap niggas, they be lying, they be pussy. And yes, a lot of that may be true. But a lot of these niggas ain't playing, fam. And it's going to be a thing where these guys have pride. So if they see you in person now, after you're talking all this shit about them on your quote unquote podcast, because people didn't even know what a podcast was at the time, then it might result in somebody wanting to see you, wanting to handle handle them talks. What about all that shit you were saying on your quote unquote podcast? Right? Everybody who's in here right now, make sure to hit that like button. Okay, likes are free. Come on now, let's get these likes up. We got people watching right now. Good 22 people, I think, in here. Hit the like, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that has curbed me. There's a lot of rappers who I don't like, okay? There's rappers who have stood us up for interviews. There's rappers who I just don't mess with at all, okay? You know, some people who have, said some things in the DMs to me who are, I'm like, I'm not your biggest fan. Fuck your life. But you're not going to hear me publicly saying, oh, that guy, he's a goof because, he stood us up that one time. And this other guy, like, yo, he's a loser because he made us take down the content or whatever. Like, yo, you guys are too sensitive. Niggas need to, pull down your skirts. Yo, what's going on? Like, and calling man's names. Because I got to go out in the public. And it's not because I'm pussy or anything like that. Why would I want to bring that kind of negative attention to me? So if I don't like somebody's shit, like really on a real level where I feel like I got to say something foul about them, I'd rather not. And if I, give my opinions on stuff that I don't like here on the network, mind you, we don't like everything. Okay? But there's a way of telling people, I'm not feeling this new tune. Even just saying that, I'm not feeling this new tune, doesn't mean you're trash as a human. And we don't got to say all of that. But you could that's all you got to say. I'm not feeling this new stuff. I've heard better from you. I've said that multiple times on this podcast when we're doing the top 6. Like, yo, I've heard better. I've heard better tunes from this guy. Right? But if I'm still come out and be like, oh, this new tune from Roni out this week is trash. That's a little harsh, fam. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't feel like any of Roni's tunes are trash. But there's sometimes, as somebody or like Mula or any of these guys who put out a high output of music, I'm not feeling every single song that they put out. But when I give my opinion, I'm not like, yo, that shit was garbage. Right? One, I don't feel that way. And two, even if the stuff that I do preview that I do feel is garbage, that's not helpful criticism. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's garbage, fam. Yo, quit rapping, fam. You know what I'm saying? So listen, hold your head to Taxstone. His sentencing will be coming up soon. Not even soon, because it takes time to get to the sentencing for these guys. We're still waiting to see what go on with Tory Lanez to see when his sentencing is coming up. All right? So we'll keep you guys updated. Somebody asked for a Pressa update. Let's go here on Keep Six Solid and give you guys a Pressa update. Let's go on his page first. Let's go on Pressa's page first. Press machine. Pressa our money. Novocaine Press. Let's see what's going on in Pressa stories. There's a new Boondog interview for anybody who cares. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to Broadcast Wheeler. Let me make sure this is better on the screen for y'all. Big salute to Broadcast Wheeler. He did a pretty good interview with Boondog that I watched the whole thing of. Baby Hooligan gets a gold plaque. What's going on here, Press? Where are you at? Let's bring that back.
Just living that shit couldn't.
Oh, we killed the volume on that. Press is alive and well doing this thing. I think on a whole, where is this? Rebel Nightclub? I think on a whole, the Toronto scene is kind of just stagnant. Okay? Can y'all follow me down this path here? The Toronto scene is kind of stagnant. I've been saying this here on this podcast, on this platform for the last few weeks, that there hasn't been a lot of growth. There hasn't been somebody who stepped out and said, you know what? I'm the guy. I'm the one, you know, making the most attention, getting the most of y'all attention out here. It's to the point where, like, yes, we have consistent rappers, but I don't think that they've taken it to the next level. Okay? Let me know if I'm wrong on this. I feel that Toronto rappers have reached a peak. And then when you look around at the YouTube views for all content, for all Toronto content, except for like child support, they get it popping. But as far as like music videos, and even like when you go on the blog pages, people like I'm looking at Keep Six Solid's page right here. There's a few things going on in the Toronto scene, but way less things for them to make to cover, oh, this is what's happening in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Right? Okay, yeah, guys are linking up for tunes. That's cool. And don't get me wrong. I'm not asking for mans to have drama or something like that. But like, this person just got a gold plaque, or this person just performed in front of a sold out crowd, or I just don't see that happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, why y'all think that the reason is. You know what I'm saying? And what do you think Toronto will take to get that next boost. Okay? There's a couple of things that I found out behind the scenes that I can let y'all know right now. Let me ask you. I'm asking questions and I'm not even checking the comments for the answers. Sorry, guys. Comment gang strong. My bad. Let's see what y'all say in the comments about my pontificating that I've been doing here. And make sure to hit that like button as y'all are coming in here, okay? Salute to RK Don Dogs. He said, God is good. Effector said, saw the interview that you did with Breaking. With Breaking, We Lord's buddy said he was just stopped reviewing albums. Mick wants to know if we ever cover NF Portion. We have 2 NF Portion interviews, by the way. Go check out the 2 NF Portion interviews that we have. Yeah, I feel that the scene has reached a peak. Okay? There was something I wanted to let y'all know even about the blog that I found out behind the scenes, and I won't let y'all know all my sources. But 3 out of the 4 blog pages were convicted from that flipper case. Y'all remember back maybe about a year or so ago now, there was a case going on where 4 blog pages, and I'll name off the blog pages obviously, Keep Six Solid, Straight Out to Six, War into Six, and I can't remember the last name of the last person or the last blog page. But 4 blog pages were implicated in charges towards, I guess, in the flipper GGG case. Okay, they were saying that they were obstructing evidence in the flipper case by intimidating a witness. Okay, this is all happening on Zoom because obviously the pandemic. Oh, Affected, you're talking about Breaking Records. Yes, salute to Breaking Records. Big interview with them right now on their channel. Okay, they had the Zoom courtroom thing going on, and apparently or allegedly, when the girl in the flipper case popped up on the screen, a few people from the Zoom yelled out "rat" and a few other things that I don't remember exactly, but whatever they yelled out had the girl. They said the girl who was a witness was intimidated at that point, and it changed the course of the trial because of what happened. This is what they're alleging, and why they came down on them. And because of that, they ended up raiding 4 homes of the guys who run those blogs. Okay, just to give you guys like a refresher of that. Do y'all remember that? Or am I by myself on that? Like, that was like major. Okay. Man's doors got kicked off, all types of stuff. So what I found out now is that 3 out of the 4 of them have been convicted of the intimidating the witness and all that. And one of them was found, and I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to get into all the business, but y'all can go back and go do your own research. 1 out of the 4 of them, there was a firearm found in the home. Okay? That 4th one, when the firearm found in the home, the charges, they're still pending. They haven't, I guess, pleaded or whatever to get their conviction charge or get a conviction. I'll keep you guys updated. I don't really think, well, actually, yeah, there will be more updates because obviously if 3 out of the 4 are convicted, they're going to be sentencing. What is their sentence going to be? I doubt they're going to be giving out any time. However, who knows? Okay, obstructing a court order, a court hearing, intimidating a witness, different things like that. I don't know. Well, I guess we have a computer in front of us. We can look it up. But I'm not completely aware of what kind of time that holds. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Obstructing a witness. A witness. Y'all gotta bear with me, yo. These shrooms are pow slapping me right in the head right now. Oh snap. Okay, so I'll pull it up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at here. I gotta give a big salute also to, what is this here? pinkkushfactory.com or .co, okay? Hit up pinkkushfactory.co. They got me the rooms, the roomies, I call them, or what people call them, the shrooms. As well as this this is some THC tincture drink right here. I'm even afraid to drink any more of this. It'll slap my face off. We might not be able to finish this live if I get too sloshed, bro. So it's cool. Okay. So as a witness, you have certain rights. It's illegal for you to be harassed for being a witness. It is illegal for anyone to try to influence what you say as a witness. This is an offense known as obstructing justice, and the penalty is up to 10 years in prison. Jesus Christ. So that's what these guys were charged with, obstruction of justice. Okay. Intimidating a witness. Like I said, I don't think that they're going to be facing time, but from what I just read here, they give time for this. You know what I'm saying? This is not no light thing. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all saying in the comments? And hold your head to the man them who are all the guys who run those blog pages, okay? Those are my colleagues. There's not just guys who I don't never heard of them. I just heard their page. Like, no, I speak to some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them heavy, and it sucks what happened to them. I'm not gonna, confirm or deny whether they actually did on any of that stuff or not. To be honest, I don't even know. But the charges, Jesus Christ. It's kind of one of those touchy charges. It's not like one of these overt things. You slapped a man, you know what I'm saying? You got an assault charge, or, you know what I mean? You stole something and they caught you with what you stole. It's one of those ones where, like, I feel like these guys didn't know that if you say, let's say allegedly, that, like, if you call a chick, yo, you're a bitch, that could be, that can hold time, that can hold jail time, right? So hold your head to these individuals. You know what I'm saying? The 3 who've been convicted, I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe, hold on. Got a call coming in. Got a call.
The compromise suggests.
Caller, you're on the line. Who this? Yo. Caller. Wagwan, who this?
Am I online?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I online?
Yes, sir.
This is Brandon from Toronto.
What up, Brandon? What you saying?
I'm good. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I got a couple of topics on the table. You want to talk about any of these topics here? 6ix9ine, getting caught in the bathroom, or Taxstone?
I don't know. I've no contemplation on them topics. But bottom line is, I want to shout out Unknown Misery, Logic, from Africa, from Toronto.
Yes.
And I want to also say, we just here, man. We from Toronto to H-Town, Hammertown. You know what I mean?
Okay. Man, them are just cruising tonight. What are y'all dealing with tonight?
We're just here, I want to also say, on the topic of the hip hop thing, I want to also say big up to the Wu-Tang show on Disney Plus. Big show. Love the documentaries. Love the storyline. Love the history. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question while I got you on the line. I was talking about earlier Toronto or like just hip hop views on YouTube and everything going down as a whole. Am I tripping, or actually I know I'm not tripping. I can see it. I can see the numbers going on in everybody's shit, everybody's music videos, everything. Why do you think that's happening?
You're talking about YouTube.
Yeah. So like, for example, if you go on Doobie's average views used to be 100,000 plus. Now they're like rounding around 50K. You know what I'm saying? Any of the guys who are like really, like there's no rappers who have 1 million plus views like back in 2018. Go on. Why do you think that's happening?
That's COVID, man. That's COVID. Everything down from COVID. 100%.
COVID was like 2 years ago, fam.
It don't matter.
I don't think 100% that.
Residual from COVID. Doesn't matter.
The residual is not residual.
Yo, Friday.
Who that?
Yo, this is Brandon's nephew.
Okay.
I know a little bit more about the scene than he does.
Yeah, you do.
So tell me why you think. I'm looking around the landscape. I'm seeing that the views on everybody's stuff has gotten lower, like exponentially. You know, mans who used to do 100,000 plus views on their music videos, they're doing like maybe 50K, a couple of tens of Ks if that. Why is that?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Well, why is that?
Yeah, why is the views going down?
I'm a young bull, so like I can kind of tell you. I feel like it has to do with the amount of music being put out at the time. Like back in the day, it was a wave, yo. Now it's like kind of like died down a little bit. We're not having like as much of a wave anymore, but there is good music being put out, you know.
So would you agree that 28
people aren't tapping in as much?
So would you agree that 2018
promotion and shit isn't there
from the artist?
Yeah, from the artist to the public. Like it's there, but it's not as much as it was before. You know, like everybody was reposting everybody.
Residual COVID.
Yeah.
So would you agree that 2018 was the peak in the Toronto scene?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say like 2018 to the beginning of COVID, and then everything started going downhill with streams and stuff after that.
Interesting. I might have to change the title of this video right here.
Yeah, bro, I was just watching your stuff, yo.
Yeah, no. You brought some good points right here. Yo, give any shout outs that you want to go and give.
Every day, you know, like whenever you guys post, I watch new videos. Like you could even ask my girl. I got my girl sitting here, bro. I always be playing the shit in the car, in the house, you know.
Respect.
Always tapped in. I'm always giving my opinion, even if I'm not on the line. You know, I break everything down, especially for like people who don't know. Like even I'll be watching it sometimes. Like my younger brother might come through, and I'll break it down to him. Like everybody fucks with you, bro. Just keep it up.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Before I let you off the line here, you sound like you're educated. I know that you're educated in this hip hop scene. Top 3 Toronto rappers right now.
Top 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Moolah's doing his thing. Yeah, we got Doobie.
Okay.
And one that's not really rocking right now, but I'll give a shout out to is Biz Loke. And Biz Loke needs to free up soon. Free up, you know?
Yeah. No. Thank you for calling in.
Different, way different.
Yeah. This Biz Loke is definitely missed in the scene out here, man. Nah, bro. Thank you for calling in. You know what I'm saying? Salute to your unc also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big dog. Regent Park.
Okay. All right. We'll tap in. Yo, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Have a good night. I'll watch the stream.
All right. Respect. Yeah, man. Yo, I might have to change the title on this, right? Like, was 2018 Toronto's best time? Like, at that time, all the content creators were going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got an interview about to drop just now with a man like Joseph. Not to say that he's not doing his thing now. He's doing his thing. He's alive and well. He's chilling. But in 2018, him and 6 Reacts dropped that tune, Yay, went viral. Bizlog, viral. All right, all the Wasp guys, they were all going viral them times too. You know what I'm saying? Salute to LA 17. What up? It was like everybody was all cylinders going at the same time. Everybody was, and like the young man was saying, the pages are reposting them. For example, this is before 6ixBuzz got sold. So whoever was controlling 6ixBuzz was still tapped into exactly what was going on in the Toronto scene and reposting the rappers and whatever was happening. People were sending 6ixBuzz videos saying, 6ixBuzz! Yo, don't get me wrong. Man doesn't have to get their cash. And they've evolved into better places as far as getting their bread. But as far as covering the scene and the culture and everything like that, also when they kind of separated and started doing their own thing, people will still look at them and be like, that's the main place to find out about Toronto culture. That actually changed over the years. You know what I'm saying? You got places like Keep Six Solid that started stepping up. Six Sounds. Obviously us, we're doing our thing. We're like, this is the hubs and the different places where you need to find out about what's going on in the Toronto culture, in the Toronto scene. I'll even give him his flowers, Rock Boy Ninja. You know what I'm saying? Doing YouTube videos, keeping people up to date on what's going on with all these underground rappers. But there was way more of that. Like 6 Wars used to be putting out videos on YouTube every week, every day almost. And them shits were booming, 20, 30,000 easy one day. Them times change, yo. But salute to all the Toronto rappers who are still out there pushing, trying to, break that ceiling and get to another level. I'm not trying to say this in any kind of discouraging way, like, yo, it's over. Like, labels are still out here looking for rappers, looking to see what's going on with new sounds and stuff like that. There's still new guys who are getting signed. You know what I'm saying? There's still guys who are standing out amongst the pack. I've seen somebody say something about the drama, because that definitely, it's because top 5 isn't boosting people's numbers, causing drama. It's low-hanging fruit to go for that answer, but it's not a wrong answer. Okay, we've discussed this on the podcast a lot of times too. That man has been, socially dormant for the last 6 months, really. Even more. There's only so much top 5 is really doing out here by just posting his Instagram stories. The man's in jail. But there was a point in time where, like, him on road was bringing a lot of attention through Instagram to people's pages. We can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? At this time when top 5 was on fire, whatever the reasons that he was on fire for, Academics was like, yo, let's do a Twitch stream and get all of the Toronto rappers on the Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? Doovie, Moolah First, AR Paisley, all these guys are on the Twitch stream. Like it or not, we got to give top 5 the credit for making that happen. You know what I'm saying? I do hear what you're saying, Easy Fecta, about Doovie's project not getting promoted as much. However, he was dealing with some issues. If you remember, he was dealing with some issues with the distribution, getting it put back up on the platforms and stuff like that. It was taken down off of Spotify, And then I think they had to get it re-uploaded. So I think that's a rare case. But if I go through any of these guys' numbers, I'm telling you, like, Lil Baretti has 2-3 music videos that have over 1 million views. Okay? And I don't want, like, niggas will get mad at me because I'm naming different names. I don't want to single anybody out. You feel me? But like Killy, he was signed to Sony at one point, but before he was signed to Sony, Kilimanjaro was on fire. He did the interview with No Jumper before he got signed to Sony. It was to the point where I was calling him an industry plant because the nigga was just so on fire. The scene was so on fire, okay? The scene was so on fire in 2018 that niggas who ain't from here could use our sauce and get hot. Remember Lil Tecca? Stop me when I'm lying. All right, so there's an argument to be said about, you know, maybe we hit our peak. All right, maybe the boat is past, man. Maybe they're on to Memphis or on to somewhere else now. You know what I'm saying? We might have to accept that as a reality. I'm just playing. Things go in peaks and valleys. You know what I'm saying? Toronto will have its chance. I said this before, and I'll say it again. We can't look at the scene to be the thing that blows up. We got to look at us as individuals. And now if there's 30 Toronto rappers who've made it successful, now we got a scene. But we can't wait like, yo, why isn't the scene blowing up? Each individual has to just take it to their own levels. You know what I'm saying? Man's like A.R. Paisley, low-key, is taking it to a level where a lot of rappers ain't even seeing what he's doing, or a lot of people ain't seeing what he's doing, but he's building a mass audience in Asia and different places. Right? Same thing with Fame Holiday. He's doing his thing. Dr.Bushman. I actually want to pull up some Dr.Bushman shit. He did the interview with me a few months ago, right? But prior to doing that interview, he had already had a few things in the can because he went down to the States or back to the States because he's American originally and handled some business. Right? He has a couple of interviews that he did that he said that he didn't want to mention exactly because he didn't want to jinx anything. But he did the interviews and the freestyles and he's here. Let's see here. Let's see here if I could pull up Dr. Bushman. Uno momento, gang. Uno momento. And big salute to Dusty Wallace. We need Scary Potter back in here, bounce some opinions off of Scary Potter. But in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? You're getting Solo Rick in the building. And like I was telling y'all in the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be doing daily streams, just doing quick news hits, not 2-3 hour streams and shit like that. Just maybe half an hour. Boom. This is what's happening right now. Or this one thing happened. Okay, do a live, react to it, get y'all opinions on it. Maybe get the phone lines open and then be out of there. We can go continue our day. All right. But we're going to be doing those on a more constant basis, giving the gang some more interactive stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on with the man Bushman.
I shoot up pop out, you gon' sleep in the grave. I shoot up pull up, you off of this today. More than them. My niggas get way more than them. In a band, we run a band. Who you plug? We slay more than him. My niggas don't play. My niggas for real. My niggas no cap. He try to run, he got shot in the back.
Yo, the setup for this looks crazy. Holy. Holy, hold on. Pull Let's go, Bushman.
Might shoot up, pop out, you gon' sleep in the grave. Might shoot up, pull up, you off of this today. More than them. My niggas get way more than them. In a band, we run a band. Who you plug? We slide more than him. My niggas don't play. My niggas for real.
Let's go.
He try to run, he got shot in the back. My niggas some killers, they ain't no pretend. You gon' lose your life if they spin a band. I'll come to your city just to make a play. I go city to city, I try run away. I'm around the city, I'm catching this place. I'm around the city, I'm catching this place.
Bushman, different.
24/7 all day. I'm in the trap house with a brick of the year. 30s on 30s, my shooters gon'
Holy.
If you got less than that, you better run
Came up Sunday side, came up kinda hard. Rule number one, best not say what you saw. He in the trap, but he worked with a cat. He said a dog, overseas key, came with a fob. Just press the button, we blending it. UPS package, we sending it. Harris take down, give adrenaline. I cannot.
Yo, these niggas ain't playing. What y'all think of this, man? Bushman's not playing. He's one of the guys who's trying to separate himself from the pack. You know what I'm saying? He ain't regular. What y'all thinking? What y'all saying here? Stoner Simpson says, welcome on Friday event podcast. I see you. Is Dr. Bushman? Is Dr. Bushman one of the top 5 Toronto rappers right now? Let me ask y'all that let me give that poll for that. Is Dr. Bushman top 5? Yes or no? Okay, y'all can let me know this in the comments right here. What else we got from the Dr. Bushman?
Okay, so,
Yeah, 2009.
so you went from New York to the UK.
No, I was living in New York.
Okay.
Moved to Minnesota.
Okay.
Living in Minnesota for a bit. Then I moved to UK. Then Canada.
Damn.
Crazy shit all over the place.
What's up with all the moving?
I'll give this guy his grace that he could re-ask these questions because this happened actually prior to the interview that he did with We Love Hip Hop. Okay? Y'all should go check that out though. It's on the channel right now.
My parents were in jail and shit.
Okay. So
My mom was in jail.
gotcha. So you had to bounce around a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were a kid at the time, right?
Yeah, I was a kid.
How do you deal with that as a kid, or like what goes through your mind at that young age, having to deal with a parent in jail like that?
Like, honestly, it's just like, you know, like niggas be having like day ones. Like, you know, niggas be having day ones. Like, you know, people you grew up with from the sandbox. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really have that. Like, you know? Like, I have niggas that I fuck with, I have good bonds with and shit, but I don't really have like day ones where I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, this nigga was there from the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, from the beginning of
From the
this whole
beginning
thing,
of
yeah.
like, he
Yeah, Dr. Bushman is an interesting individual. He's moved around. Like he said, you know what I'm saying? He's Nigeria, Philly, Toronto, or Brampton, Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's made his moves. His used to be Trill Spiffy, for the people who didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He revealed that in our interview because that's information that's more pertinent when you're talking to a Toronto podcaster. Like, yes, my name used to be Trill Spiffy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit, Trill Spiffy, I do remember that. Right? But I think Dr. Bushman is definitely a candidate to be one of the guys who are out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see here. What's going on in the poll? 3 votes here so far. 4 votes, 50-50. Holy. Why is he not top 5? If he's not, I'd like y'all to call in whoever doesn't believe he's in that top 5 category. Why not? He's got the bars. Pause. He got the look. He's different. His music is he's got an audience. It's not like he's not building an audience on his own. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? And if he's not in your top 5, who is? That's what I want to know. But big salute to a man like Dr. Bushman, you know what I'm saying? Making moves out here. I'm excited to see if he has any other things in the vault as far as like content pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like he's time releasing all his different things that he's doing, which is smart. Let's see here. What else is going on in the news? I have one more thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. It's kind of a rant, but I'm kind of saving it. I just want to see if there's any other things that need to be covered as far as the Toronto scene. And y'all can let me know if y'all want to see, if y'all want me to react to anything or talk about anything here in the comments. Comment gang scroum. Big salute to Stoner Simpson. He says, the name can hold him back, but I can see mans with weirder names get on. So, yeah. Listen, fam, I don't mind the name, but yes, the name, sometimes people might get thrown off and think that he might be a reggae artist. To me, when you hear Dr. Bushman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have anything else that's in here that's important as far as the Toronto scene. I'm looking through Keep Six Solid's Instagram page. And again, salute to the sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or on their Instagram, astro_pink. And also, big up to Diamond Club. All right, check them out also, Diamond Club. They're on Instagram at diamondclub_905. They deliver all over the city. They got the power. Okay, last thing I want to address quick fast. I did an interview with Muscle from Two Line Music Hut, aka the Entertainment Report podcast. I won't even call that an interview. I'll call it a conversation. Okay? Him and I had a really insightful conversation, I'll call it. Okay? I hope you all got a chance to check it out. We talked about a lot of different things as far as with the podcast space and, you know, how to make money from podcasting and just different trials and tribulations that we've both had to deal with, you know, whether it's booking guests or, you know, evolving the content, making sure that you have a set. And he asked me a couple questions about some people who have left the network, right? Gutsy Guts. And I got into giving him my reasons of what I think happened on that side of the story. But as I was at home, I started thinking about a bigger picture. And even in that content piece, I explained how, you know, I had him on the network. I had Alizé for a little while. The network has evolved from having multiple content creators that came and went over the years. And now, like I was saying also in that interview, we have multiple people who are here doing their thing. Dusty Wallace ain't here today, but you see Dusty Wallace next to me, co-hosting the podcast, doing his thing. He's got his own show, the TRLF, Toronto's Realest Freestyle Show. We got Dracy and Manny doing their thing with the What It Is show. New episodes dropping tomorrow. We got Zeti doing amazing content with her show, with the cooking show. Right, we've had Lindo P, PK Herc, the Sauce Boss guys were on there already. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Alex, aka AGB, Alex Getting Bands, right over there in Montreal. Just dropped a dope interview this week with him interviewing a man named Kiko, who came from the Ukraine, who escaped from the Ukraine down to Montreal, and him telling his engaging story. So I say all that to say, I've always been a big proprietor of having multiple content creators on the network. However, and before I continue, salute to Road to Success. Thank you for the donation. You know what I'm saying? Big thanks for the donation. I don't got to do that. Right? When we look at the landscape around us of all the different content creators that have been as consistent as us over the years, right? With the Entertainment Report podcast included, they've always been focused on the one show or the one host or set of hosts, right? Big up to Extra Gravy. That's Marlon Palmer who does that show, who started that show back in the days, back in 2017, about a couple months before us. And no matter who comes and goes off that show, it's Extra Gravy. It's not the Extra Gravy network that has the Extra Gravy podcast and these 4 other podcasts on it. Okay? We're the only ones, the We Love Hip Hop Network, that from 2017 have been focused on not just blowing me up, Friday Ricky Dread, as long, you know, making, like, niggas recognize me on road. That's cool. Right? I make money off of this. Not as much as I want to. But what would be better for me is if we have a whole team of people who can bring creations to the table. And the We Love Hip Hop podcast is one of the more minor shows on the network. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, that's up to the audience in the end of the day. But I'm down to have shows on this network that are so popping that it kills us in the ratings when we're competing against each other. Like, you know, I would love to see Dracy's show triple in the numbers that my interviews do. Okay, that's the way I'm looking at this whole big picture. I went on a rant this morning when I was in the crib, and I realized that maybe there's a part of me who's kind of irked because maybe we didn't get that recognition for being a network. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people are focused on the We Love Hip Hop podcast, and I appreciate that because it's, you know, I feel that we've accomplished a lot of interviews. You know what I'm saying? But and thank you again, once again, Road to Success, for the donation. But more important to me than the We Love Hip Hop podcast having great interviews is having multiple podcasts on this one network where you can find great interviews. So when 6 Views Uncut was there, you were getting great interviews from Gutsy Guts. Okay? Whether it was the Boogs interview, the Chromas interview, the Boondog interview, these are all successful interviews on our channel. And it takes nothing away from me as a content creator to fall back and let these happen. They're all going under one umbrella in the end of the day, right? The clout is not important to me. Sorry, I spit. The clout is not important to me. Spreading out the love and making a place where if you just came home from jail, you can get a job over here. Okay? Because I've been into the position where I'm home on parole and, you know, it's not going to be that easy to get a job. You can come over here and do that shit at the We Love Hip Hop Network. Right? You're having a hard time breaking into the industry because the quote unquote corporates ain't trying to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? We the outliers over here. Okay? We do just as much as the mainstream media guys. Not to take anything away from any of these legends or anything who are in the mainstream media, but the amount of interviews that are on the We Love Hip Hop Network are pretty much just, we're trying to get close to Much Music level. Okay? They're just not going to come and throw that bag at our black asses like that because we smoke, we talk shit, you know what I'm saying? And we don't kiss ass. But that's fine. So I guess in the end of the day, my whole mindset and the whole reason why I even bring all of this up, the We Love Hip Hop Network is here to make sure that the whole community, the whole country, not just Toronto, the whole country can get put on. Okay? If you got ideas, bring them over. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to put on new content onto the channel. We got, 4 shows popping right now? We can do 10. But keep in mind this. It's not going to be, It's not no jumper over here. You get a job and all of a sudden you get like a $50,000 a year check. This is a grind. We're in Canada over here, okay? And maybe this is partially what I'm saying to some of the people who have come and gone from the network. This is not going to be some easy, quick fix. It's going to take some time to get to this promised land. And the people who are really about this content shit is down to be here whether the shit is up or whether it's down in the peaks and the valleys times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take us a little bit longer in here in Canada to get to the levels of the people that we admire in the States. Okay? To get that love in the algorithm the same as maybe a Breakfast Club or a Joe Budden podcast. However, how many people are really willing to grind it out 7 years before they start making some real money? 10 years. Right? When you look at Vlad TV, a lot of us are looking at Vlad and like, yo, Vlad's rich as hell. Yo, the man's paid. Look how many views he got on this channel. You know how many years Vlad has been putting out content before he had the Soulja Boy challenge? Before he was known as the guy who interviews the guy who was next to the guy? We're not going to act like Vlad has always been getting the high-profile interviews for the past 10 or 11 years of his existence. This has happened within the last 4. Okay? This means that he had to grind a whole 8 years before that on YouTube. And before that, go on his grind as a mixtape DJ. So it took maybe 20 years almost to get to the last 4 years of growth that you've seen from Vlad TV. Okay? Are y'all motherfuckers out there who are trying to get into this content game, especially coming from Canada, willing to go through have that type of tenacity, go through that type of going without for that long? If you are, then you're made for this job. Okay, it's not you get on cameras, you set up some microphones, and then boom, the money comes back for what you paid for those. The camera that I'm talking on right now is a Sony A6600. All right, we could look it up. And I didn't buy it used. We could look it up of what those cost. That's why when man's like Road to Success send donations, I appreciate that. Because it doesn't go, oh, you know what? Now I'm going to throw that in the bank with the rest of my money. Nah, that just gets absorbed in whatever debts that I've accumulated from giving content. You know what I'm saying? Locations, all that stuff. If you're willing to grind, then you'll get to your goals. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Road to Success once again, and thank you for the donation. He says, long-term plan. In my mind, if we're going to break down the We Love Hip Hop Network into the podcast aspect of it, the We Love Hip Hop podcast, you know what I'm saying? We're still young. We're still a relatively young podcast. We're on our 6th year now. Okay, February made 6 years. Joe Rogan started in 2008. Keep that in mind. Okay? His Spotify deal that he got, that everybody's like, yo, Rogan, he's the big boy, yo. Yes, they've been popping on YouTube for years. Okay? But that shit didn't happen overnight. Don't be going looking at Joe Rogan and saying, yeah, we could just be that. Are you willing to work as hard as that man worked? Because I know I am. But it's going to take, there's no shortcuts. There's no, I can work half as hard as any of these different people who I admire in the game if I just do this, and this. You know, if I just finesse it like this and like, you know, I'll just do half of the work, but if I just, time release my episodes, then, they won't notice that I'm not there every week. Yeah, right. Like, you got to keep in mind, okay? And also, I'll give some respect also to For Y'all Media. To show up every single week, week after week, for 360, 56 weeks a year, that's a mission. There's one thing to be like, yeah, I drop content once a week or once a month. We drop content every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And on the holidays, we go harder. Keep that in mind. On the holidays, if you're a media company, that's not when you take a break. That's when more people are at home wanting to consume content. That's when you give them more. That's when you give them bonus content. A factor was, what's the goal for trending content per year? Right? Here's one thing that I'm looking at also, even with me as when the whole big picture happens. When that algorithm hits, or when that specific content piece, like we had the Bizlo content and a few different content pieces back in the early 2018 times that I talked about earlier, when the whole scene was on fire, everybody was going crazy for Toronto content, right? You could say man them and you're doing 10,000 views, right? Just on your video saying, yo, go on, man them, aha. Boom, 10,000 views, there you go. Right? When it comes to this whole big picture, when we hit that interview or when we hit that content piece or that thing in the algorithm, where all of a sudden you're seeing millions of views on the We Love Hip Hop channel, the back catalog will start getting its recognition. You know what I'm saying? That classified interview that we did years ago, which is monumental, or the George Strombo interview that we did. That's when those interviews will start getting their respect. Or the Adam 22 interview that would happen in the beginning of the pandemic. That's when you're going to be like, oh, snap. That shit got 100,000 views on it. Damn. Right? The whole back catalog starts to get love because there is a back catalog. We're not sitting here after we post a video on YouTube a week or so later just deleting them. No, they're still there. There's interviews that niggas ask me about like, yo, why don't you ever interview Don Million? We did. Just go into the YouTube channel, go into the search, put Don Millie, boom, you'll find his interview. You know what I'm saying? But that back catalog will become way more important when this whole thing gets really, really, really cracking. They'll look back and be like, oh, snap. That Mad Child interview that y'all got in there was deep. He really explained a lot of stuff about what was going on with his addiction and, you know what I'm saying, why he was gone off the scene for this amount of years. Oh, y'all got that story? That's crazy. Right? Oh, y'all got the first, like the Lil Tecca interview is already recognized. It got 100,000 views and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the jewels, the Pyrex interview that we have at 40 Studio. You know what I'm saying? The jewels. People will recognize that. And that's what's important to me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yo, we'll stay. I'll keep my head down and keep grinding until we get there. I'm fine doing another 10 years. Well, let me not push it. I'm fine doing another 5 years before we get to that level. You know what I'm saying? As long as we continue to give our core audience good content, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm saying with all these different content creators and stuff like that, we can make good content, and as we get new content creators to come to the table, that's where we'll be able to get to our goal faster together. That's the way I look at it. It might be a We Love Hip Hop podcast episode that blows the shit up, or it might be a What It Is episode that blows it up. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm able to facilitate it under the one umbrella, boom. I'll film it, edit it. I don't give a shit. I'll put the money up. Let's get it cracking. And that could be for any content creator out there. You know what I'm saying? I used to use this hashtag way before I got into this podcast game. It's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just me, myself. Because of the fact that we're Canadian and stuff like that. It's like we got this different responsibility that we got to put the whole city on our back. And for me personally, because I've always been the outlier, the nigga who could do his thing, I could work contract for the record companies, but don't let him in the office. Don't let that nigga in the office. There's a whole bunch of, and salute to Road to Success once again, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers just like me that they don't let into the office, right? That's what the We Love Hip Hop Network is for. For all them niggas who they don't let into the office right away and be all maybe a little rough around the edges and I'm worried about that guy. Scares me. I'm not scared. You can come work with us. You know what I'm saying? But that's my rant, man. Salute to anybody who's come and gone through the label. Even the, not the label. It's kind of a label. But the company, right? The network. Even if I don't fuck with you, salute to you same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's anything else. Is there anything else pressing that needs to be covered before I keep it moving for the night? Let me know in the comments. Comment gang strong. A-Factor says, same way was thinking sometimes content just blossoms out from one spot. Internets really win sometimes before yesterday's news. Yeah, man. I'm glad to be doing this. Sometimes I get that, discouragement or whatever. You lose motivation. But if I got a whole team of people who are able to give me good content, like content that I feel like watching. You know what I'm saying? Not just, like, I'll just put it out because it's Canadian or I'm just trying to do a favor for, like, the home team. No, like, do I feel like sitting there and am I entertained by this shit? Like, I'm trying to make something where, like, people are watching us like Netflix and you could get various things that you could choose from to watch. And the We Love Hip Hop podcast is just one thing. So when we get to that goal and everything's really moving and, anytime you go look on the YouTube channel or on our channel on a real network somewhere, like we're killing it in the millions of views, then I can rest. You know what I'm saying? Then I can be like, yo, you catching me in Bora Bora somewhere chilling, not doing shit, not worrying about the network. It's just running itself. Vent Podcast, I did talk about Taxstone. You know what I mean? Hold your head to Taxstone. He's going to be, we're going to be checking back in as far as with his sentence or what his sentence is going to be. But yeah, definitely hold your head to Taxstone. I think I got it here. What are we at here? Holy. Almost an hour and a half. Man can chat. Big salute to the comment gang strong. Like I said, every day, you know what I'm saying? Starting on Monday, you're going to be seeing me tap in, get into a couple of news stories. All right. So if y'all have anything, send me your news stories. Send me anything you want me to talk about. Friday Ricky Dread that's my Instagram. Or you can send it at the We Love Hip Hop Network Instagram. Or you can email us, welovehiphoptoronto@gmail.com. welovehiphoptoronto@gmail.com. Send us your news clips. Send us anything that's going on, anything that you think that we should be talking about on live. Going to need it because it's going to be content for your head top every single day until the cows come home. All right?